Hello, my fellow Zambians. Welcome to Akaliashi Zambia, wherever you are in the world, bringing you social and political commentary from our country and, of course, the African continent. If you're new here, please subscribe for upcoming updates. A very sad story coming out of Zambia, where a 23-year-old recently qualified doctor, Dr. Abigail Mulenga, has sadly died. Her father confirmed this in a Facebook post, and he said, "Our daughter, Dr. Abigail Mulenga, it's just like yesterday that God allowed you to live with us. Just 4 days of complaining of a headache. Today you answer to God's call at such a tender age of 23 years and 4 months. 7 weeks of working at Kabwe General Hospital. Even before you've handed your first payslip, surely your dad, mom, and brothers will forever be grateful to God for such an exemplary life." The late Abigail, a physician, was voted best medical student at Ivano Medical University in 2019. Ivano University is a Ukrainian higher learning institution where Dr. Mulenga completed her education. She had recently returned home and taken up a position at Kabwe General Hospital, and as mentioned by her father, complained of a headache over a couple of days and sadly was admitted to hospital, where she later died. I mean, this is really, really heartbreaking. You don't even have to have known the family to sort of get a glimpse into what they might be feeling at this moment. It really is the case of the best and the brightest being taken away from us far too soon. And a lot of tributes have flowed in, particularly from her friends. She seemed to be a lively person, and well connected with people that she held dear to her. We'll read a tribute from one of her friends, John Mulenga. John Mulenga, a fellow doctor, writes, "I am sitting here in my room looking at your picture, wondering why you couldn't be part of my future. Uncontrollable tears stream down from my face while my heartbeat starts to race. Asking God why he took you away from our life. It was more painful than stabbing me in the heart with a knife. We still needed you here. You were the one to make everything so clear." And that ends part of a quote, touching quote from the deceased doctor's colleague, John Mulenga. The Medical Residents Doctors Association of Zambia, which is a collection of resident doctors partaking medical work in Zambia. Mr. Isaac Sakala has said the profession has today lost a gallant soldier, Dr. Abigail Mulenga, young and in her early career. The Resident Doctors Association of Zambia mourns you. I am lost for words to say to her family, may God alone heal your pain. Very sad indeed. Interesting, though, as well, is a relative of hers on Facebook also stating that Abigail was not attended to in good time when she was taken to hospital, which adds even more to the heartbreak, because it appears also that there have been some failures in the health system that this doctor was actually newly a part of as a qualified medical professional. And very ironic that the very system that she was a part of is the very system that perhaps could have had a hand in helping to save her life. But this relative states and writes, "We also had to plead for you to be seen that Friday night. This is too painful, Abby. My last memories of you were of you in severe pain, crying out for life. I even told them meaning the hospital staff, that, but they ignored. The system has failed you, my baby sister. I just had to express myself before you are laid to rest. 2 months with no pay, yet you worked for them diligently. Then today they want to give you your salary for 2 months. My sister, this is hard. What do I do with the budget we made? How do you traumatize a mother restraining her daughter for hours with no help?" End quote. I mean, that's just heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. I'm not sure who this particularly is, whether it's a sister or a family friend, but being ignored at the hospital is a story that many Zambians can attest to. You go to the hospital, you're in the emergency ward for 5 hours, obviously in an emergency, without being seen. It's a representation of the failure of our health system. It's a representation of the fact that people who are entrusted with the authority to oversee health systems just simply don't care. And obviously, we can tell that this was an element to it. She was sitting there for hours in pain, crying out for help, while having not been attended to, and also having not been paid for 2 months. But those are stories for another day. At this point, we wish Abigail's family the best as they try to navigate this way through a new reality of not having their daughter, their sister, their friend around her. We have lost a gallant medical professional, the best and the brightest that our country so desperately needs. And it really is a case of gone too soon.